Hi there! Hey there YouTube! So today I'm going to be reviewing another doll that I got for KikaGoods. So the company is Momotale, but I think it's a branch of Jidongchunji. That, or they're trying to rebrand because a lot of people are not happy with them. I don't know what to say about it, but anyway. So this series, the Momotale, it's an MJB, and there are 3 dolls, and they are not the blind box dolls. So the one I got was Butterfly Exclusion Zone. Funny enough, I didn't go for the one with the white hair, but I don't really quite like her style. Anyway, on the box, front of the box, we have the company name Momotale in English and Chinese, Butterfly Exclusion Zone in English and Chinese. On the bottom, the world is silencing. She's analyzing the frequency of a butterfly's wings, a knot of longitude and latitude. All the noise is suspended. And Chinese. So we have a photo of the doll with an illustrated background, some red chains and butterflies. On the left side, it's pretty much the same, except we have a nice border. On the right side, just plain black, top and bottom just plain black, and the back all of the warnings and material, and then we have a holographic sticker for authenticity. So the whole box is wrapped in plastic. So I think the box opens with magnets because it was, and it looks like a book. So on the left side of the box we have a silver foil pattern with writing, and then on the right we have the doll and her character card in the shape of a butterfly. On the looks of it, it's the same as what was written in front. She has her blister, she has a packet with her clothes. We have a little ziplock with hair ties, gel and a hairbrush. And from the looks of it, mine leaked. We have a silica packet, and we have a card with a picture of the body and measurements, and the back probably information. On the inside of the box we have a nice illustration. This looks like a bit of a ruined city with red butterflies flying about. Pretty cool. Here she is. Yes. The first accessory she has is some headphones, a solid piece of plastic, nicely detailed. Come on, camera. The second accessory is her shoes, which are silver. Quite soft and very shiny. Almost a chrome silver. Really, seems my camera really doesn't focus today. There we go. Nicely detailed, and we do have right and left. Next up, she has a bunch of extra hands. So we have a left and right of this 3-finger V hand. We have 2 holding hands for each side. And the sculpted nails are pretty apparent on them. We have this heart finger hands, and 2 pointing hands. So unlike the previous dolls, or the dolls from Jidong Junshi, these have hooded hair, and they have this little plastic that goes around the head to keep them nice in place. So she has a bit of a Hime cut, and standard routine looks like. It isn't particularly soft, but it is really nice and smooth, and so far no shedding. So her face is semi-gloss and printed on. She has reddish brown eyes with butterflies in them. There we go. She has a nice blush, and her face looks nice and neat. Now, a special thing about the head is that the back of the head cap is a separate thing. And that's the inside of the head. It's not too flexible, so I'm not sure if it's vinyl. The inside of the head makes it look a bit like vinyl. Carefully getting all of the hair out of the way, and time to put the head back on. The eyes are slightly pixelated. There. Posing. The head can go that much forward and not very much back. Just a slight tilt. Side to side. The chest is loose, so I have to keep it from interfering with the visual head range. And all the way around. Shoulders, this way all the way up and all the way against the body. Slightly limited by the hips. All the way up like this. This is as far forward as they can go. But okay. The elbows can turn and bend. The elbows are double jointed. So first bend, slightly less 90 degrees. Second bend, quite far. Not 180, but close. And the elbows can twist inside the elbow joint. The wrists can go all the way around at the arm and the wrist, and she's a bit tight, all the way that way, all the way that way. almost. Okay, so her chest joint is loose, slouching all the way back and all the way forward and side to side. But you can see she is loose. Okay. Thighs, 90-degree bend, and I think she has the same mechanism as the boys. You pull the leg out a bit and get a bit more range, but not much since her thighs are a bit meaty. She has a thigh swivel, and her knees are double jointed, although they don't go all the way. They have quite a nice bend, and they look aesthetically pleasing with the round joint. Ankles all the way around. It is a bit tight, this far forward, and that far back, and she does have a tie joint. Best to see boys. That much forward and that much pointed. I do not like that sound. Okay, her toes. Okay, sculpting. The toes are pretty nice, and the hands are average. The hands she comes with on her are just relaxed hands. The sculpting of the body is pretty nice, though I see I have a bit of a flaw here on her belly, and I noticed I have a stain on her leg. Yeah, she can't keep a pose on her chest joint. Onto her clothes. First off, she has some denim jeans with a faux leather belt in red. It has some chains around and some weathering. I feel that my feet are going to get stuck. She has an actual belt buckle, although no eyelets for the buckle to lock into. Next, she has a shirt. It's a red, maroonish red, or maybe burgundy. It says yellow, romantic, and it has a butterfly. There is a faux leather shoulder strap with a buckle, and on the back we have some faux leather back wings, the cross and the butterfly and the chain, and another cross. There is no Velcro, so we're going to have to take her head off. There's two arm warmers for sleeves. One is a stripy black and white, the other is just plain black. They are stitchy. The edges aren't specifically finished, although the black and white one does have a cuff. And then we have a butterfly choker. Now to get to the waist. It comes off easily and is unbolted. Now that she's dressed, when dressing her, just pay attention to the cross at the back, because mine was flipped over and made it a bit harder to get her clothes on. And her feet did go through her pants. I'm not sure how the belt is supposed to go, since it doesn't actually have a place for that thingy to go. And it was a bit hard to get the pants on around her hips because they're so wide. Next up, our hair stuff. So I got 4 hair elastics, range 3 pink and 1 purple. It might be pink depending on how you look at it, but not when I think it's the same color. A little comb. And the hairstyling stuff. So I'm glad it was doubly sealed. Just going to keep that there for now. It's very goopy, but it feels like normal hairstyling gel. As you can see, it's getting quite liquidy inside here. As I'm moving it around, it is moving. I'm just going to clean that up later. I'm not good with hairstyling, so unfortunately I'm going to be taking a good look at that. So here she is. So her chest is just a bit way too loose. And her earphones are hard to put on and come off easily. She does have some different layering in her hair. Other than the chest joint being too loose, she poses pretty much how you want her to. Keeps her poses. So I'm going to play around with her for a few days or not, and come back to you with more findings. And also come back to you with comparisons of my other Jidong Junji dolls. And I'm back again with my final thoughts. So, first off, the chest joint is still annoying, but it's not as noticeable when she's wearing clothes. The wrists do come off quite easily, I mean the hands, but sometimes the wrist or leg also comes off. To switch the hands, you just pull it off. It has a nub and not a pig, so it's a bit more difficult to put on and remove. Some of the hands need a bit more convincing because of PVC. During temperature shifts, they either shrink or expand. So sometimes they need a bit of heating up to fit on quickly. Okay, so Momotale is listed as a 1/8 scale, as are the Fast and Cicely boys. body-wise, they do compare quite well in size, although not head-wise. Though in my opinion, the best and Sicily boys are a bit more closer to 1/9 scale, since they're not that low. Anyway, so she is definitely more cartoonishly proportioned than the Fast and Sicily boys, and here she is next to the Jidong Junsi's 10,000 Skateplan series. You can see lots of similar sculpting also, front and back. And the hands are very much, would be quite the same. So I'm thinking that might have been reused from the same 3D model or something like that. So I mentioned earlier in the review that Momotale is a branch or maybe a sister company of Jidong Shunchi, and currently I don't know why, because originally on KikaGoods it was listed as Jidong Shunchi, and when the dolls released it was released as Momotale. So I'm quite curious to know what's going on there. Anyway, you can see a similar jointing system here and a similar sculpting there. So you can't say that they're unrelated. Okay, so clothing wise, I've noticed that the shoes don't really allow it to stand all that well. It might just also be part of the very stiff joints. But she on her own stands quite well. After more than a week playing her fur, she finally has some flyaways. So she stands from her heel to the top of her head at 18 centimeters. So the proportions, I'd say she's 1/8 standard. All included, right? Although the body can probably be a female counterpart for the Fast and Sicily boys. Now, just for the sake of comparison, I will be decapitating the dolls. So their neck balls look a bit similarly sized. Momotale's neck doesn't move on the base and the top like the Sicily boys' does. And unfortunately, although you can put the head on without it falling off, it is loose. If you wanted to do that, I did. You probably have to put some stuffing inside the neck hole. But that is a hybrid you can make. The other way around won't work, the neck hole is too small. Curiosity sake, let's see if I can switch hands. Luciano's fingers are stabbing me. From the looks of it, the legs are the same, but I'm having a bit of a difficult time putting it on. Okay, there it is, on. So the hands can be shared between the Sicily boys and Momotale. So, One thing I have to say though is that pants, I reckon you have to take care of it because it's going to break. Even though it is nicely serged on the inside, I still put quite a few loose sprays on the pants. So just something to pay attention to. It's quite interesting to me that this company has a wide range of interests for their dolls. And so far I've liked most of them, although for Momotale, not as much as, say, the other two series. So am I going to get more of them? I don't think so. Maybe if I want to do a custom because the body looks nice, and if I get too used to it, like I did with my Sicily boys, I'll enjoy playing with it very much. But right now it's a bit tight everywhere, especially the ankles. I'm a bit afraid of posing them, especially this one that scoots. Sounds like it's going to break. So I'm not going to be posing that ankles as much. So is this going to be a new direction for the company? I don't know, because they've been having quite a range of the dolls, like I said. But anyway, I quite like her, and the price was pretty good. Though I'm not sure why exactly the prices between the Momotale girls are so different. This one was in the middle price range. The other one, Cicada Time, was about $2 less, and then the other one, Something Mists, was like $7 more than her. And I'm not quite sure because they pretty much have more or less the same accessories. Anyway, she's a pretty cute doll with nice posing, nice sculpting, pretty nice face and hair, and pretty good clothing. Although not the best clothing, it's a lot better than Barbies. Normal Barbies for the same price range anyway. But once again, I'm looking forward to what this company is going to bring out in the future. And just a little added comparison to finish off. They have similar ear styles and profiles. Well, not really the profile, but a similar style. But that's pretty average, so I can't really say much about that. Anyway, she's a nice doll, worth her price, although I don't like paying USD, yeah, it's exchange rate. But I'll enjoy her. Okay. Stay tuned for some pics, and thanks for watching. Bye!